adding and subtracting negative numbers. When a sum gives us a negative number, they will often put it in a bracket like this to say the negative belongs with the 3. Remember that the sign always belongs with the number that comes after it. So there's no sign here, but that would be a positive. Looking at these examples, -6 minus, in brackets there, -4. Often the sum won't have brackets at the start if there's a negative, because we can tell that that's a -6, but they're just trying to make it really clear that that negative belongs to the 4. Sometimes we will have brackets, so it's just as correct for this one here if I put brackets around the -4 or if I don't. It's just as correct if there's brackets around the -7 or not. It's just there to remind us that the negative belongs to the number. So that's why we've got brackets. Now, it can be a little tricky to think about what happens when we're adding a negative number like here, 2 plus -3, or subtracting a negative like here, 2 minus -5. We're taking away a negative. The way to think about it is think of something that's negative, like homework. If I added more homework to what you have to do tonight, I'm adding a negative. What's the overall? You get more negative stuff. It's a negative movement. On the number line, adding a negative is just like taking away. We're adding more negative stuff. We're moving more towards the negative direction. So adding a negative, overall loss. And we move left on the number line. Now, subtracting a negative. So you imagine you've got some negative stuff. I've given you homework, 2 hours of homework, really hard homework. And then I say, actually, I'm going to take some of that away. I'm taking away, oh, sorry, my alarm. I'm taking away some of your homework. I've just taken away some negative. That's a positive. Overall, that's a gain. Subtracting a negative is actually just like adding. We're removing some of the negativity. We're gaining stuff. We're moving right on the number line. Now, the way to make it really easy to do this is rewrite your sum with just a plus or a minus. So, adding a negative, this is only when the two signs are right next to each other, the brackets don't matter. Adding a negative can be rewritten as just a minus. This is 2 minus 3. Subtracting a negative when the numbers are right next to each other, the symbols are right next to each other, that can be rewritten as a plus. 2 plus 5. The steps are rewrite it with just one sign so that we're not confused, and then get the answer. And you can get the answer with the number line or with your own knowledge of negatives and positives, that's fine. So, if you want the rules, plus a negative or minus a positive, either of those is minus. But two of the same signs, minus a negative, that's positive. This is when we're adding and subtracting that this rule works, and it's because adding a negative is overall a loss, and because subtracting a negative, taking away something that was negative, is overall a gain. So here's some examples. Remember, first rewrite the sum with one sign instead of these two. It's often a good idea to circle them and to write over it what it's going to be. -4 plus -7. Now this is -4, that stays as -4. It's this when there's two signs touching each other. Adding a negative is the same as taking away. Underneath, move to the side a bit and put an equal sign. Oops, how about I use a pen that works? -4, but the only thing we change is this plus negative is take away. -4 minus 7. If you need your number line, you do it. -4, and we're taking away 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 equals -11. And this is how you do your setting out. There's your sum that you start with, which you write out if it's in the book. Underneath, to the side, you put an equal sign, and then lining up, you write down your sum, but you change the two signs just to one. Underneath, your equal sign lines up with each other, and you get your answer. Let's do this over here. So the first thing is rewrite it with one sign instead of the two next to each other. -6 minus -4. This stays with itself, that's not changing, it's -6, but where there's two signs together, taking away a negative is the same as a positive. And this is a really good way to do it. Circle it and write the sign that you need. Equal sign, -6 plus 4. So the negative minus a negative, it becomes a plus. Everything else is still the same. -6 minus -4 is the same as -6 plus 4. -6 moving positive for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's -2. 4 minus -2. Minus a negative is plus. Put down an equal sign underneath and rewrite it with the new sign. 4 plus 2, you don't even need a number line for this because 4 plus 2 is 6. 10 plus -3 plus a negative is the same as taking away. 10 minus 3, again, that's 7. So there's your steps. Now if you'd like to do some of the extension, I'll do that now. If you want to just go and practice your core skills, no worries. So some optional extension. Find the missing number. 6 plus something is 2. Now because we're playing with negatives at the moment, you can tell that a lot of the time there's going to be negatives involved. So your reasoning can be that you know that, 6 minus 4 is 2. How can I write 6 minus 4 as an addition? 6 plus something is 2. But I know I want to take away 4. Because we just learnt that adding a negative is the same as taking away, I can see that I must want to add -4 to get 2. So my answer here is -4. 3 plus what is 0? Well, I have to take away from 3 to get 0. I'd have to take away 3. And I know that adding a negative is the same as taking away. So 3 plus -3 is 3 minus 3, which is 0. We've got our missing number. What plus -8 is 10? Well, I know plus negative 8 means minus 8. What take away 8 is 10? That would be 18. So we can solve problems with our adding and subtracting negative numbers.